Uh, so congratulations on this, Rocio. It's a fantastic show, very funny, very stylized. How do you begin to design this wardrobe?
Hi, Susan. Well, it starts with a lot of conversations, like a lot of conversations with the creators, with Chris, Pat, Matt, and Jake. Um, you know what? One of the main things was that this show needed to feel very authentic and rooted in, honesty. So I think that we, draw from our personal experiences. I grew up in Inglewood. I grew up in a neighborhood that was mostly Latinos and Blacks and African Americans. So it was, I feel like I drew inspiration just from my upbringing. And, we started with mood boards and just really went from there. But luckily we were all very in sync because it's an LA show. So you got to keep it LA.
Definitely. Having grown up in LA, did you embrace the stereotype of the Latinos in LA, or how do you put your own spin on the way Latinos dress?
Well, you know, I never really thought about it as stereotypes. I just always felt like when I thought of the grandma, I'm like, well, my abuelita always, she always had her crucifix. She always had her mandil, like her apron. So I never really thought they were stereotypes. I just kind of figured that that's just how we dress, and just I think it was important that the clothes felt real, that you're not going to put the mom in this like inexpensive clothes because that's just not real. She's works in housekeeping. She lives in a working class neighborhood. You have to keep it honest, I think, so that people can relate to it.
Yeah, not only keeping it honest, but matching the style of the show. I mean, you're not gonna put East Coast clothing on a West Coast show for sure.
Exactly.
Um, but when it comes to the physical comedy, how much does that impact in the way that you design?
Well, you know what? Everything's kind of a learn in progress. Like the dinosaur, I think when Luis wore the dinosaur, when he wore the dino costume, I think we had to think about noise, like because there was a fan inside. Is it going to come through with the microphone? We remove the plastic so that you can see his face. Making sure that you kept it airtight so that it stayed fluffy, things like that. And just also like let me think, like there was I mean I made a few little mistakes here and there, like one time I put Frankie in a jacket that was a little loud, and I just didn't think it would be so loud. So you kind of have to really look at everything, like where are they outside, are they inside, will this be too bright, will it not, making sure that you don't have the same colors of the walls so that it all, the wardrobe stands out, things like that.
Definitely. And from season one to season two, the audience already knows these characters a little bit better. How do you start giving them more personality, making sure that this wardrobe fits them more now that, the audience has an expectation of them?
Yes. So like for example, Julio, he likes reading comics, he listens to punk music, but he's also in season 2, he's really going through some life changes. He went through a major breakup. He doesn't want to live at home anymore, so he moves in with Luis and they live in a garage. Like he's struggling, he's going through a little bit of depression. And I think that was, we kept the balance of like some days he doesn't feel like changing. Like in one episode he wore pajamas, but he happened to wear like in one scene he wore a punk t-shirt. So he still kept an element of him, but it was reflective in what mood he was currently in, or what he was currently feeling, which was a little bit of despair and sadness. And for Luis, you see the evolution of him, like when he first got out, he was very much dressing like his life before he got incarcerated, baggy clothes and just, um, you know, almost a little stunted in his emotional growth. But you in season 2, you start to see the gradual change where he, looks a little bit like he's getting his stuff together and wearing clothes that aren't as loose or just, just a little bit more mature, I would say. And Minister Payne, I would say the same, but backwards. How now he's just really going through it and trying to figure himself out and looking for answers and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. And reading your bio, you came out of inner city filmmakers. I was part of inner city filmmakers too in the
You were?
yeah, in '02.
Oh, I was 98.
Awesome. How has that impacted your career? How has that, helped you along your path?
Oh my God, sidebar. Do you know Nestor Arce?
Nestor, no.
Oh, I think he might have been, or maybe he was 01. He was a little after. You know what? I will say that I am forever grateful to inner city filmmakers because it really just kind of helped me find this career that I don't know if I would have known about otherwise. You get put into this little film boot camp, and you're like all teenagers, and you're just like trying to figure it out and getting to play with equipment that is like you would have never had access to, and you get to speak to working professionals. And I remember somebody from wardrobe went in and I was and talked to us, and I was like, wow, I really want to try wardrobe. And I kept in touch with the program, with its founders. And I remember my first year after college, I had just finished my freshman year of college, and I was coming home for the summer, and the founder of the program called me and said, hey, there's an opportunity to work on a big Disney film called National Treasure. Would you be interested? And I was like, oh no, I'm sorry. That was another movie, Beethoven. I worked on Beethoven as an intern during college. And then when I got out of college, I worked on National Treasure as a PA in the costume department. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity if it wasn't for such an awesome program.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time. You did fantastic job on this, and
Oh,
congratulations
thank you.
on everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you.